This is the Sports Dynasty Podcast. I am Trevor, and this is Juan. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And also, please use your phone to scan the QR code. The QR code. Wait, yeah, there you go. The QR code.
That point at me, I'm like, what?
With your phone, and you will immediately get access to our Apple Podcast.
People who's listening to this not watching on YouTube are like, what the hell is wrong with these guys? They already started doing dumb stuff. Yes, but yes, on YouTube you see why.
If you look on to your right side, the right hand side of the screen, top right side of the screen, you will be able to scan your phone. Yeah, scan your phone on the top right screen with the QR code, and you will be access to our Apple Podcast page, where you can download us and pretty much
download our show. Yes, because we are affiliates of Apple now.
Yes,
so that's where we prefer for you to support us, because we will get things if we get good viewership. Very simple. But hey, you should check us out on YouTube too, because you can see us actually doing stupid stuff while we're talking and educating the people.
Yes, and also
you beautiful, beautiful, sexy people.
Also, we are also available on any.
I love that pose. That's funny.
On anywhere you adjust and digest your podcast needs.
He said that.
We're there. It's kind of weird because the old intro.
Yeah, he has to get used to not saying this long ass monologue.
I know a lot of you guys liked it too, so it's like, hey, it's whatever. But
I almost swore 2 minutes into the recording. All right, how are you?
Doing great. I'm doing great. We're literally halfway through the 2021 season. Part of me is kind of sad because it's like in a few more months we'll be gone. It'll be gone again. It's like
I say we'll be gone. Who's dying?
Not us, but the season will be gone. It's kind of sad.
I don't plan on it.
But this is taking a really, really different turn. I'm feeling great. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm pissed off. I had jury duty the last 2 days. It sucked.
Nah, jury duty is probably the worst thing in the world.
It is absolutely disgusting. The whole process is so freaking redundant. It makes no damn sense.
But hey, at least New York gets you $40 a day for it.
50.
50. Those bastards only paid me $40 when I was there 5 years ago. Anyway, ain't the point.
50. Only get 2 days. I'm getting $100. I'm not gonna see till January. Like what the hell? Well, I'm lying. It's like 120 whatever, because they pay you for transportation too.
Well, at least you use that for your alcohol for New Year's. So you get it next time.
No, because it's gonna be after that. I don't want to go for alcohol anyway. I'm using it for the show, because the show is great. The show needs support. We support it, and you guys support it too. I feel like we're talking too low.
We are talking too low.
What's going on here? Yeah, let's. I'm supposed to be loud as hell, and I'm speaking real low.
Whatever. Anyway, let's get started, guys.
You're still not talking loud.
Let's get started, okay?
Thank you.
Jesus. Let's get started.
Enthusiasm. Yes. Midseason.
We're in midseason form.
Nah, I'm in midseason form. Yeah, it gets better. We get better.
Yes,
he gets better.
Right, goddamn right.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's wrong with us here. All right, midseason episode. All right, let's stop being weird for like 4 minutes, wasting your time. Right, so there's a lot of things we're gonna cover today. I don't think the show will be as long as I thought it was gonna be. I remember saying that last episode was gonna be like an hour and a half, so it may not be that long. I don't know, but judging the fact that you wasted 4 minutes of your time, it might be. Sorry, but here is what we're gonna go over right now. We're gonna go over our preseason predictions and make fun of them. I listened to our episode back in September, and yeah, there's things to laugh at. We're gonna add in corrections, so we're gonna be able to revise some of these predictions and save our asses. We're going to go through the midseason winners and losers. His favorite topic, the coaching carousel, because it's going to be amazing what's going to happen by the next 6-7 weeks. The favorite storyline, I don't really care about that. Do you want to talk about favorite storyline? I don't care about that, to be honest.
I mean, I guess if it flows, it flows.
Yeah, it plays out. Yeah. Overall analysis of the first half of the NFL. We've done that every episode. We're going to do it again. And then the week 10 picks, because this is going to be the last episode of the week. Well, NFL, unless something happens. It's the last episode of the week. So let's get started with these predictions. I have the old documents of my predictions from September. And some of these are bad, and some of these hit. So I'm going to go through some of the ones that hit. Or hitting. Sorry, that's what hitting. Because things change. So, for example, right? I have Green Bay at 12-5. They what 7-2 or 6-2?
7-2.
Right. I have the Dagger in front of me. I don't know why I asked that question. It is 7-2 right now. So 5-3 will hit that mark. That might happen. They might give up a week 18 game. Maybe someone sneaks up on them. We'll see what happens. And maybe they'll get Odell Beckham in the next 10 minutes. I don't know. Maybe they'll get better. But that's not a bad guess, and that's pretty good for that. Minnesota 8-9. That might be right on the money. They're 3-5 right now. They love to give away games and steal games. They might wind up being a 7 or 8.
True.
Going up, yeah. Another win, the New Orleans Saints. I had them at 9-8, and they are 5-3 right now. But they are missing a quarterback, so they actually might lose a few games and actually hit that 9-win mark. But my biggest hit there is that they're right now currently the 6th seed, and I had them in the playoffs, so that's a hit. I did not hit anything in the NFC East. That is a complete masterful dog fire in my case. Another hit. Patriots are going right on track. They might win 10 or 11 games at this rate. They're the hottest, one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. The Buffalo Bills 12-5. That's looking pretty good. They are currently 5-3. 12-5 seems about right. Maybe losing once to New England, once to Tampa Bay. That might seal it right there. I had Houston at 2-15. They won one. They need one more. The Jets are 4-13. They have what? How many wins? They have two. Halfway there. We'll see. Pittsburgh, they are 5-3, right?
Yes.
5-3. Why are they missing my thing? But I also had them in the playoffs, and they had them at 10-7. That's basically halfway there. Perfect. Baltimore 11-6. They are 6-2. They might win more, but I doubt it. I think 11 sounds about right for the Baltimore Ravens. And I skip some of the obvious ones like Tampa, Los Angeles Rams, stuff like that. I skip some of those easier ones. But yeah, that sounds about right. Those are some good hits. Now the bad. Ooh, there's some bad ones. There's some that should be excused. Like, for example, Cleveland. They got hurt everywhere. But they are 5-4, though. I had them 12-5. They might still hit 10 wins, though. So it's not that bad. And making the playoffs. So it's not that bad. So that should be an excuse. I also forgot to hit Jacksonville. They're 2-6. I had them 3-14. They hedging towards a 3 or 4 win season. So that's another hit. My bad.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, bad. Miami.
Yeah.
Everybody got that wrong though.
We all
right now they're 2-7. I had them in 9 wins. They'd be lucky to win 5. So yeah. Everybody also messes one up collectively. Kansas City. I don't even know if they're gonna win games. Everybody had done 12-14. I had them at 14. Trevor had them at 12. They not hitting 10 most likely. So that's everybody's mess up. Like, who knew that they were going to be this bad? We knew they were going to be the worst version of they ever been, but we didn't think it was going to be this colossally bad. I messed up the entire NFC East, all of them. The closest thing I have is Dallas at 8 wins. They're going to win 12. So I messed that up. Oh, and Philly, I'm not that far away from. I have Philly at 3 wins. 3 wins. They have 3 right now, but they're not winning much more. So it's not that far away. San Francisco. A lot of people had that wrong too. They're dog fire of trash. They're really bad.
I had the entire NFC West going to the playoffs, but clearly, maybe 3 of them maybe 3. But if Seattle, if Russell Wilson comes back and pretty much tries to run the same. But until then, yeah, we were wrong. San Francisco. This team is really bad.
Yeah, team is very bad. I was wrong on Arizona to have them only in 8. They almost have 8 right now.
No, they have 8 now.
Oh, they do have it. I'm sorry. They have 8 right now. So they're going to win at the very least, worst case scenario, 4 more games. So yeah, I messed that one up bad. Atlanta, I had 5 wins. They have 4 already. They're going to win at least 7. So, oops.
I was wrong, completely wrong. I had to win 2 because I thought that they would be that bad. But yeah, they were bad. They were looking like that early on. But yeah, I was wrong.
I think my 2 worst ones. The Raiders, I had them at 4 wins. They already passed that. They have 5, right? Yep. They're probably going to a downward spiral, and they may make my 4 wins don't look that bad if they win 7. But I highly doubt they're gonna lose out. Only win 2 games left. So yeah, they're probably gonna win like 9 games. So, oops. Cincinnati, I had them at 5 wins despite my favorite player. They already have 5 wins, and they're going to win at the worst case scenario 3 or 4 more. So they probably win 5 to 10 games. 9, 10 games. Oops. The Indianapolis Colts. Those injuries absolutely annihilated them in the first month and a half of the season, and they kept losing over and over and over again. Had them at 11, they'd be lucky to win 8. So, oops. They got 4 wins now, though. So they actually might hit 9, luckily.
Yeah,
But,
at least 9.
Yeah, and then Tennessee, I had them at 9 wins. They're going to hit 9 wins in like 2 or 3 weeks.
The most they probably get is like 11, 10, 11.
Yeah, so that's a boo-boo on my part, too. Washington at 10 wins. They'd be lucky to win 7.
We were wrong about that one, too.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. That's really bad. I'll say that's pretty much it in terms of misses for me. Oopsie. See, hey, now put it into context. The injury bug messed up like 3 or 4 of these teams. And then it's the level of parity in this league, no one really saw coming like that.
Nope.
No one saw coming. Oh, another bad one, but it's hilarious alike, is that had Detroit winning 4 wins. They haven't won a game yet. So they're not hitting 4.
Yeah,
They'd be lucky to win 2. And I don't even know who those 2 are going to be.
They may go 0-17 probably.
It's a very possibility. And I always compare this season to 2008 and what happened in 2008. The Lions went 0-16.
And mind you, that this team is light years better than that 18.
I agree, they are.
Light years better than
they just can't win. I don't know why.
It's just ridiculous, unfortunately for them.
So, how do you remember any of yours?
For the most part, I was dead wrong. I just San Francisco. I thought every single team in the NFC West was going to win. At least go into the playoffs, but obviously San Francisco was garbage. I was pretty straightforward so far with the Vikings. I said the Vikings. I said 7 games. They win 7 games. They only have 3, and it looks like they're going to 7 games is pretty much likely.
I had them at 8, so I'm not.
I did say, even though I did say that the NFC North, as far as the Green Bay Packers was, we weren't sure if Aaron Rodgers was going to play at the time because of his shenanigans, to say the word, to say left back a better word. I thought it'd be a lot closer, but the Green Bay's going to run away with this division. So that was pretty.
Oh, you said that though.
Yeah, that's pretty much there.
That was also obvious.
Dallas, I knew Dallas was going to win the division, but I didn't think they'll be this good, and the NFC being this worse than they really are is literally Dallas and everybody else. Washington, pretty much we were all something like that. I'm thinking Washington would show at least 8. I had money 8, 9 games, at
7.
least 7 games. 7 games, yeah,
that's 7
up there.
But, they could hit that. So you might hit it. We might hit it on the money.
Yes, but
so you did really good in that division.
Yeah,
the Giants had 7 wins too. They might hit that also.
And then the Eagles, I think I had them at 5 or 4. 5?
4, I think.
Yeah, but they're, like I said, it was that's neither here nor there. But that was, yeah, I did pretty good in the NFC East. I didn't think the Cowboys would be this good. I know Dak will be back, and it makes them better than they were last year. But damn, this is, except for last week when they lost to Denver, but it's whatever.
Yeah. So let me read you out the standings from 1. I'll go 1 through 10 because there's teams that are still in the mix and whatnot. 1 through 10 for each conference. It's going to be for the AFC. The Titans are 7-2. The Ravens are 6-2. The Chargers are 5-3. The Bills are 5-3. Those are your division leaders right now. Then you have the Las Vegas Raiders at 5-3. Steelers at 5-3. Patriots at 5-4. Chiefs are looking on the outside 8 at 5-4. The Browns are 9 at 5-4. The Bengals are 10 at 5-4. And just for giggles, the Denver is 5-4 with 11 at number 11. Even though we all know they're not going anywhere, but just because they got 5 wins, screw it. In the NFC, the Cardinals are number 1 at 8-1. Packers are 2nd at 7-2. Buccaneers are 3 at 6-2. Cowboys are also 6-2 at 4. Rams are 7-2 at 5. No bye week yet. Saints are 5-3. 6. 7 is Atlanta somehow at 4-4. See how top heavy this conference is. Yeah. Panthers are 4-5. Then not everybody else after this is under 500. That is the 8th spot. Panthers are 4-5. Vikings are 3-5 at 9 and 10. Is Seattle at 3-5. But they will get Russell Wilson back this week, so that will change. But yeah, those are your standings.
Yeah, it's very interesting season so far,
It
to say
is
the least.
very, very, very interesting. Yeah.
It's almost nobody saw this coming. There's a lot of middle of the pack teams here, and both sides. You notice how top heavy the NFC is, which we knew that going in last year, this year too. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting playoff push in the next couple of weeks. So it'll be interesting.
So now, are there any rescinding things you want to do? You want to do for your prediction? Want to change a couple things or?
Well, I did pick Buffalo to go to the Super Bowl. And since the AFC East, so the AFC is so wide open, literally, because there's no definitive favorite come out of the AFC right now. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with Buffalo, going to the Super Bowl, and winning the AFC.
Do you remember your AFC Championship game?
I had Buffalo against Cleveland. Buffalo against Cleveland. Cleveland definitely would not be there. So
why not?
I just don't see. They're very too inconsistent for my liking. Very too inconsistent for my liking. The defense is not. Well, we said the defense should be really, really good because on paper, all the acquisitions they made and the returning players coming back, and we really haven't seen that much from them. I mean, yeah, the front seven is when they're healthy is ferocious, but the secondary is very suspect. Yeah, I just don't see. I just don't see, especially since Baker Mayfield is still pretty injured right now, so still hasn't really recovered from his injury. So really don't know if Cleveland. I know Cleveland's just trying to find their way right now, trying to get healthy. But right now, I don't even know about Cleveland going to the AFC Championship game. I really don't know, honestly. Who I believe will join them there? I want to say Baltimore, but something tell me Baltimore. It's gonna be a team that no one's maybe Baltimore, Tennessee, maybe in the AFC Championship game. But I'll keep it at that. Baltimore, the Buffalo Bills will host the AFC Championship game in Orchard Park. Although the question is, who are you going to go against? At least for the AFC, at least.
Yeah, I'm definitely rescinding mine. They had Indy, but they've been like injured for 1.5 season. And mind you, when they're healthy in the last few weeks, outside of no, the last few weeks they actually look great. Actually, at least that's the team that I expected to see. For me now, looking through how everything has been going, I already told you last episode. I believe the team that's going to be the most physical and the most disciplined is going to be the ones that makes it all the way. Buffalo's not physical. They have more talent than basically everybody else in that conference, though, which is why I'm gonna stick with them going to the AFC Championship game as well, and most likely hosting. Who's gonna meet them? I have 3 teams that's gonna be able to do it. 3 teams, and one of them is gonna be an interesting surprise. One of them is Tennessee, because again they're physical and they're probably gonna have their Henry back by then. But they're after they showed against the Rams, they're too that defensive line is so physical, so tough. I love it. And again, it brings old school football back, at least a piece of it. I like them. I actually still like Cleveland more than other teams. Baltimore, I think those injuries on defense, such as they can't tackle, that's gonna get them out. Lamar's going to losing eventually. The Chargers are too soft on both sides of the ball. I don't believe them going that far. Like I almost have more of a chance of seeing the freaking Raiders make it farther than Chargers, because they can run for the most part, and their defensive line is tough. That's what I'm looking at. I like Cleveland. Their defensive front is good. They're getting healthier as time goes on. They're not going to get healthy in the quarterback position, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But as long as they run the football, their line is still one of the best in the NFL. Their defensive line is really good, and secondary healthy, they can make some serious noise. So I like Tennessee. I like Cleveland. Do you know where I'm going next?
I know you're going. I know you're going. Say, go ahead, say it.
I like the New England Patriots. Yes, that is the third. That's the wild card one. That's the one that's like, but I think most people are starting to come around. They're starting to build everything at the perfect time because the schedule is here. They're starting to figure it out. The line is getting healthier. Trent Brown is activated off IR today, so they might have their full offensive line healthy at this point. They run the football better than most teams. They're like 5th or 4th, I think, in rushing. Their defense is very disciplined. It's very sound. They got a great pass rush. Their run defense has actually gone up. I think they're 5th in DVOA in defense right now, if I'm not mistaken. With their secondary injuries, by the way, they still play sound, disciplined defense. Which is basically a good recipe for zone defense, what they've been doing well the last few weeks. They do good. They got a quarterback who doesn't make many mistakes. You know, there's the rookie ones are still there. But that's the only bad thing I see about New England is that they're running this with a rookie quarterback, and that's usually not a good sign and usually not a good thing. But I mean, we've seen other quarterbacks, you know, in their first year starting, make it far like that before. One of them was in this team. I'm just saying, that's one of them. Ben Roethlisberger's done in his rookie year. They went to the AFC Championship game as a rookie. I'm just saying. So they have a shot. They have an outside shot, but they have a shot. But since they have good defense, they have good discipline, and they play mistake-free football, I like them better than Baltimore to make it farther. I like them better than Los Angeles, who they already beat, by the way. I like them better than Pittsburgh, way better than Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh can't move the ball at all. At least the Patriots can move the ball. The Steelers can't move the ball at all. I like them better than them. If Kansas City sneaks in the playoffs, I like them better than Kansas City. That the way they play is not going to change. They're going to play this bad all the time. So they have that, and the Bengals they don't have it yet. They also have it for us. So like I mentioned them too. They don't have it yet. They're like a year or two away. If they get better defensive pieces and a better offensive line, they're gonna be a huge problem. But they're not here yet. So and the AFC side, those are 2 teams that like to play against Buffalo. Are they gonna be Buffalo? I don't know, but those are my 2. And the NFC side, the only thing I have to change is the 49ers are garbage. So it's I don't want to disrespect Arizona, but I think is I have to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? I like Rams, Buccaneers, and Packers still. That's the top 3 to make it to the NFC Championship against the Super Bowl. One of those 3 still. Arizona, I gotta see it. Like I think they might wind up finishing with a better record than all of them and host. But to make the NFC Championship, I don't know. I could see those 3 of those teams. I could see them beating them. Am I the only one? I
agree with you saying. My NFC Championship game, if you guys remember, it was Tampa Bay hosting Green Bay.
That smells right.
Which I think might be right. And I'm going to stick with that too. And I still believe that Tampa Bay will beat them and go back to the Super Bowl.
Me too.
I'm still going to stay with that.
My NFC representative is Tampa Bay also.
I'm going to be honest with you. Arizona has shocked the whole world, everything. I shocked everybody right now. They're 8-1. They're good. But I'm going to stand by what I said. After that Green Bay Packer game, I'm going to say this team is not going to go far. I went to the police. They said they'll be 1 and done. And I'm going to stick with that too. I just don't trust Arizona. I don't trust Arizona at all, honestly. I don't. The Rams, this is going to be scary. They may have something to say about Green Bay getting to the NFC Championship game.
That's why
I have them. I have them in the divisional round. Them playing each other divisional round. So that's going to be very tough, and I think that's something to say about that. But it could vary. But Tampa Bay is going to host the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, especially if they get healthy.
Yeah, but it's going to be scary. I just don't see Arizona being tough enough to even I don't know. Like I said, we see the most physical. Playoff show the most physical of everybody, so I don't see Arizona doing it, especially with the coaching. It shows. I think coaching it shows you how good of a coach you are in the playoffs too, and I think Cliff is just not mentally tough as a coach to handle that. And it may sound messed up. I don't care, but yeah, I don't trust them.
I just think Tampa Bay's more physical than all of them.
Yes.
Especially when it comes down to the gritty. And they are the most undisciplined out of all the teams, but so they were the same thing last year. You know what I mean? Their line is still better than everybody else's. The Rams have something to say about it with Von Miller added with Leonard Floyd and the great Aaron Donald. So that's going to be interesting to see who wins that battle. That'll be good. But I know I definitely like Tampa Bay's offensive line better than Rams. So it's gonna say if Tampa gets their secondary healthy, then I don't see a team beating them right now still. And then Tom Brady more likely gonna be the MVP. So
MVP at 43 years old.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I think that's going to be the MVP. He's the midseason MVP. I split it into two things because there's a media way and there's the meaning. The meaning is Lamar Jackson. That's an MVP because he's carrying that bum ass the hospital patient as excuse of a roster all the way to a 6-2 record so far. That's impressive, and he's definitely made that step into elite status to me now. Now you notice I have not made fun of him all season. Basically, after week 1, I think at week 2 and on, I gave him respect, and I haven't stopped since because he's that damn good. That simple.
Lamar Jackson literally has about 200 by himself. It has 2,800 yards total offense, total yards already, which is about the same or more than most teams combined. Teams total offense combined, which is incredible. Yeah, he's definitely the MVP. For me, he's the MVP right now.
Yeah,
he's literally has blown like for me. It depends on the sport. For the sport, and some people value MVP differently, but for me, the team is nothing without you. That's my MVP. Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson was to, heaven forbid, be injured or not playing the game, the Ravens are screwed. That's why I feel that the most valuable player on the team. The team does not move without Lamar, literally. So, Lamar's my MVP for this.
yeah, that's it. Who's gonna wind up winning the MVP? I still think it's gonna be Tom Brady. I think he's gonna win MVP. He'll be his 4th, I think.
Yes,
I think he's gonna win MVP this year. I don't see how he slows down at all. Like you saw, Kyler was a favorite, and then he started slowing down because of injuries and whatnot. You see, the preseason thing was Josh Allen. Not one time he played like an MVP this season so far. Who else? There's somebody else. Aaron Rodgers, but I guess maybe the scandal going on now that might be why he won't win it. Even though they lost and looked like crap, but on him against Kansas City, so that should have rose his thing. Yeah, but he's not gonna win it.
They're pretty pissed at him.
No, there's definitely somebody else. I'm not remembering. I know Herbert was there for like a week or two, but stop. And then
they mentioned Matthew Stafford for a little bit.
Yeah, they Matthew Stafford. I'm like, no,
it's definitely not him.
No, because if you watch him, you see him not being that good, being good but not that good. Like you should be better, and that's mind you, that's his career. You should be better than what you are. Like I've seen him missing a lot of throws, and I've seen him making not very smart decisions.
And also the fact that his team is so loaded, he doesn't have to do much. He doesn't have to do much for the Rams to win. Honestly, he doesn't have to do much. Like he had to literally carry the team in Detroit. He doesn't have to do much. So I think he's probably saying, "Yeah, I can hand the ball off to whoever." The defense will do his job, which he never had in Detroit.
He did not. No.
So yeah,
I think what's taking it away from him more than not is McVay. The fact that he has McVay as coaching, that's the biggest reason why I'm not going to give it to him, which is not fair, but whatever. But let's move on. Let's go with mid-season winners and losers.
Okay. Obviously the mid-season winner so far is the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, no one expected them to be this good. I'm not gonna lie, we questioned a lot of the moves they made in the offseason. Bringing in JJ Watt, who was a fossil, so no surprise, he's out, he's injured. Bringing in AJ Green from Cincinnati, which we said that okay, how is he's gonna fit? How is going to fit alongside with the DeAndre Hopkins? But it did work. It worked. Christian Kirk, I'm saying his name right. I don't know why I keep thinking about
that's correct.
Captain Kirk. From Star Trek. But anyway, played very well. Just collectively, they're playing well. Arizona right now look like the big winner in the midseason. They beat the Rams early in the year, but the Rams weren't the Rams they are now. You know what I'm saying? So still need to see a big statement win from them to me to be like, all right, fine. I can feel like, this is going to be a serious problem in the NFC. But they are the winners, but I'm not too sold on them. That's all. If that makes sense.
That's it?
Yeah.
You're supposed to have multiple.
I'm sorry. I thought you'd be like one particular winner.
No.
Mid-season winner. Another one you could say the New England Patriots. And I'm gonna tell you why the New England Patriots. A lot of people has wondered, all right, Matt Jones should have started this year if Cam Newton was there. You know what I'm saying? Cam Newton was there. But Cam Newton's not on the team anymore. And they slowly had to adjust to find ways to make him succeed. So far, he is playing to potential, but I found you can see something there. Maybe because like I said, me and you did not agree that she should have been drafted, but we were wrong with that because
we'll see.
I mean, as far as like having Justin Fields in New England's versus Mac Jones.
We'll see. Because
But-
Justin Fields getting better.
Okay, so maybe we'll get there. But they play pretty well. They play pretty well. They're trying to gel right now at the right time. So you can say New England's a winner too. Winner too.
Okay.
What else? Cincinnati Bengals.
That's a good one.
The Cincinnati Bengals definitely. No one's, especially early on in the first 8 games of the season before they lost to the Jets and they lost to Cleveland. But they look very well. Joe Burrow looked like he was on fire. He was an early MVP pick. This gelling, but again, the offensive line seems like a problem, and the defense is very, very. I don't want to say soft, but they are.
They're suspect.
Yeah, it's very. It's on the fence there, and maybe we started to figure it out now. It's like eventually, as the season progresses, you started to see the flaws in the team. So they had time to fix it though, but no one definitely expected them to do that. That's pretty good. Another winner, to extent, the Raiders, as far as record wise, they found ways to win despite all the controversy and all everything that happens with them. They found ways to be on top of the division and playing competitive football, which is good. I mentioned AFC, so NFC. I mentioned Arizona, Green Bay is obviously whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Yeah, pretty much it for me. The rest of them, it was like okay, we knew that was going to happen. So
Mike Vrabel,
okay,
is definitely the winner because I really think he didn't coach well last year. It was pretty disappointing,
especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, but this year, with injuries and all, with losing their best player and all, 7-2, top of the AFC, the most physical team right now in the AFC, on a roll, beat some of the best teams in the NFL, Bills, Rams. Not Chiefs are not the best, but they still have, for some reason, people still think they are the Chiefs with that name, but they beat the hell out of them. They've won so many games in a row doing their thing. They can beat Colts. The Colts were like playing for their season. They've been very good, very impressive. Mind you, this is without their big acquisition in Julio Jones, who's done nothing this year as predicted. Still doing it. They never needed him in the first place. Lamar Jackson, carrying his team by himself, something that I never thought he would do at this point in time. But he's carrying his team and has become elite status and has got himself a $220 or $30 million, $1 million paycheck coming this March. Or before. He might get it soon. But he getting paid. That's what I know. It's happening. He got that money. Mike Tomlin. They won 5 games somehow. They can't move the ball at all. And they have 5 wins. They're moving the ball a little better actually the last 2 weeks though. After the bye, they actually moved the ball a little better. But still bad. Like very bad. Roethlisberger, if he doesn't retire this year, he's just holding Pittsburgh hostage at this point. He's just a bad person. I'm sorry at this point. He needs to retire as soon as their season is over. Because it's ridiculous. And Mike Tomlin is still winning these games, having his defense still playing top notch in the NFL. Very disciplined, even though they had the refs help them last game. Doing this thing despite his GM not giving him an offensive line to coach with, because the offensive line is garbage and Najee Harris is suffering badly for it, unfortunately. Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin for a reason. They were trying to say they're gonna go with college football. Look, fluff out of here.
So dumb,
so stupid.
And I'm glad he responded the way he did, because that was just beyond disrespectful.
It was absolutely a word I can't say. Even though I've said it in this show before by mistake. Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Dak Prescott and even Mike McCarthy. I know I'm giving him credit. I don't know why when they have all these wins. I don't know why he ain't no credit, but because everybody's used to making fun of him because Aaron Rodgers for the last 10 years. But he actually is coaching pretty damn well so far outside of last week. Dak Prescott, comeback player of the year without question. He could stop playing right now. He's still going to win that award. And the defense is making decent strides. They're opportunistic defense, but that's better than what we thought they were going to be, which was dog crap. So they get stops when needed. They get turnovers when needed, and they win games. They're definitely the winner so far, and easily they won the division already. And they're top 4 seed. They're actually 4th. It's interesting. That's how top heavy the thing is. Sean Payton, No, I'm not mean coaches, but they're winners.
Mhm.
Sean Payton, no Drew Brees, and now he lost Jameis Winston. The defense is still playing top-notch football also. Very similar to Mike Tomlin. And they have no wide receivers. And Michael Thomas quit on them again. He might not be in the team next year. It's very possible. So that's a bust of a signing. Oh, and their GM pisses me off a lot. And Mickey Loomis, I don't like him. And he still finds ways to score points and still find ways to win games. He's really good, 5-3. Right behind Tampa Bay by a game. And they beat Tampa Bay. Is there anyone else? Like specifically? No. Those are for the winners. Losers is a lot more fun.
Yes. My losers. And probably the biggest loser of them all. The officiating and the competition committee.
Oh my God.
You guys are the biggest losers of them all.
Were you gonna say that at all? Or once I said Pittsburgh joke, it popped in your head?
No, you actually I had that immediately.
Okay.
The competition committee and the officiating compartment, wherever they call you guys.
They're called crap.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is you, especially this season. I mean, y'all got worse every single year, but this season has been beyond disgraceful. If I were to introduce somebody to football, and Monday Football was the first game I introduced them, I would be doing them a disservice because that was disgusting. Probably one of the worst officiating I've ever seen. Very horrible. The taunting, I understand the taunting is a rule. I understand that I made it perfectly clear y'all going to emphasize it this year. I get it. I understand. Do I like it? No, it's stupid, but it's a rule nevertheless, and the players need to understand and comprehend the rules. That being said, it's to the point where the referees are literally just determining the outcome of these games, and that's exactly what happened on Monday. They literally inserted themselves to determine the outcome of the game, and it's terrible. It's awful, and it's and unfortunately because the NFL is not going to do anything about it.
Nope.
So it's trucking on deaf ears. But you guys have dropped the ball tremendously. A lot of terrible calls, a lot of phantom calls. What's the point of having instant replay if you're still going to get it wrong? What is the point? I understand. Oh, they're human. I understand that. But your eyes work, right? If your eyes don't work, you shouldn't be a fucking referee in the NFL. You shouldn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But that's one. That's probably the biggest losers of them all. I got to get out of the way. Next loser, the Green Bay Packers organization.
That's a good one.
To say you dropped the ball.
That's a good one.
To say you dropped the ball is an understatement. The way you handle the Aaron Rodgers situation from March, all the way till now, you can go even farther as the Jordan Love pick the year before. How y'all handled Aaron Rodgers as far as the COVID thing. How y'all literally bend it backwards for this man to appease him and make him happy.
Who's about to peace out?
Who is going to literally give you the chucked up his deuces and he's leaving. The fact that you kissed his ass for all these years and you don't have a succession plan for it, it's sad. And I feel bad for Jordan Love because you never gave him a chance. You never gave him a chance to succeed. How is he expecting to succeed in this environment? Oh, but Aaron Rodgers didn't win it when Brett Favre was there. Trevor, what are you talking about? It's a toxic environment. That's bad. You still have that same toxic environment from 15 years ago, and it's going to get worse. And I'm sorry, this was bad. Like, this was really, really terrible. Y'all dropped the ball on this big time, and it's going to linger in the consequences of the choices of your actions. It's going to have a lingering effect, especially later on. And good luck. And that's pretty bad. Another loser. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Joe Judge.
Just him or the Giants in general?
No, I'm gonna tell you Joe Judge and the Giants organization too, but mostly Joe Judge. But the Joe Judge in the Giants front office. But
also, what's his face?
John Mara. John Mara is a loser too. At one point,
everyone who's not a player is a loser.
Yes, everyone.
Which actually, I agree with that.
Yes, the
players don't get blamed for nothing.
The entire front office of the Junior Giants organization, from the owner to the coaching staff.
Dave Gettleman.
Yes. Hi. Let's start with John Mayer, because he's the one that has the real vibration. You have yet to find somebody that knows football. You don't know football, but you're involved in the hiring process of bringing people in. Dave Gettleman is your third general manager in the last 6 years, I believe. Last 6 years. No, the second or third. But the point is, those managers did not pan out. You had 3 coaches in the last 5 years who have not panned out. Joe Judge is a con man. Yes, y'all win games you're not supposed to win. No one's bet y'all to beat the Raiders this weekend. It's pretty much putting a Band-Aid on a wound. It's bad. He's a con man. He does not know what he's doing. Sorry, excuse me. He does not know what he's doing.
Every show, something wrong with your body, bro.
That's bad. Yeah.
I can tell you to go to the doctor. You
I had a hiccup. It's a freaking hiccup.
Every show, but I never had a hiccup one time.
Ooh, excuse me. Whatever. Anyway, the point is, yeah, you can't hire a competent GM.
Oh, my bad.
There you go. The GM
that wasn't real. It was fake. Hold them nuggets.
Anyway, the GM literally just find ways to screw things up, especially with picks like Saquon Barkley, who's not going to be in the team by next year because he can't stay healthy. At least Daniel Jones, you can see there's something there, but too little, too late, in my opinion. Players like Kadarius Toney, who I think is good. He's just a hothead. He's just a weirdo, a hothead, and just not being able to build the offensive line. They still cannot do it. And the coaching staff. Jason Garrett is the head coach, but his coaching his philosophy is very predictable. And Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator, why he's still in the league? Because he's terrible. So, and it also makes y'all a big loser because you're in the New York market and y'all been trash for so long. And at one point, y'all were a story franchise. Y'all were a story franchise. You're not a story franchise anymore. The Giants are garbage. They are garbage, and it's almost embarrassing that they had to suffer from this. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah, 2008 or 9. Because 8, they were good. And then Plaxico shot his foot, and that was basically marked the end of the New York Giants being a great organization. Because 9 and 10, they sucked. 11, they got lucky and went to a Super Bowl and a 9-7 record. And then after that, the wasted Eli Manning career.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they've been pretty trash in 2009. They got 1 Super Bowl appearance as lucky. They won it. Got 9-7. Wow. And then 2016, they were decent once. I don't know why they were good, but they were.
And my last midseason loser is Tua Tagovailoa. I'm gonna tell you Tua,
not Miami.
No, I'm Tua in general. I mean, Miami that's a whole nother thing, but Tua is probably the biggest loser.
So we'll share it. You say Tua, I'll say Miami.
Tua.
Okay.
Tua, because the fact of the matter is that you still there's no progression there. They even threatened to trade for Deshaun Watson, who may or may not be in prison by next year, just because they're not sold on you. They're not sold on you, and it's like I feel bad because it's like, they gave you a chance. They dropped the ball on how they handle you and your development.
And I'll get more into that when it's Miami. Yeah.
And obviously he can't stay there. So Tua's tenure in Miami, big failure and a loss. Sorry.
Yeah, so I might as well start with Miami. So that's not wrong, but I'm gonna combat and defend him, even though he's not all that in this sense, because that's gonna go towards more the GM, and maybe as far as to say the coaching staff too. Actually, having 2 offensive coordinators is already the dumbest thing I've ever heard, straight up. Because I don't understand how you have 2 dudes who's basically gonna clash, and what is 2 supposed to do with that? 1, 2. This roster's not good. This is something we covered in the guide. Their line is the worst line in the league. So how is he supposed to be able to do anything if the line sucks? Receivers aren't that good either. They drafted Jalen Waddle. They signed Will Fuller to be in the hospital because they forgot that he lived in the hospital almost entire tenure in Houston. So I don't know what they thought signing him was going to do. He's in the hospital all the time. Devontae Parker's another guy who usually hurt all the time too. I don't know if they remember that. So they only have Waddle and some other people that I can't think of. They took them 5 weeks to use Mike Gesicki, their best overall offensive weapon. I don't understand that either. Like, and then defense, my God, like what a drop off. They ain't getting no more turnovers because Howard got like 10 picks last year or something like that, right? And I don't know if he has one now. So they get no turnovers. They can't stop nothing because their interior of their front seven is garbage. They have nothing in the front seven. They didn't build it. They built secondary that's beautiful, but you need to have something in your defensive line and linebacking core. You can have decent corners all you want, but if they're never getting any penetration, guess what's going to happen? Their corners are going to eventually get diced, and that's what's happening. Their roster is bad, but Flores has been managing stuff well either. This is a whole freaking like crapshoot of organization right now, and they are arguably the biggest losers of the NFL because most people had them with at the very least 9 wins to compete for a wild card spot, and they only have 2 wins. Yeah, you guys are probably the biggest losers of the entire NFL. Speaking of which, speaking of underappreciating losers, the Washington football team. So, you get Fitzpatrick, who got hurt in like the first quarter of week 1. So you got Heineken. Well, Heineke, you don't deserve that game anymore. Heineke. Your defense though, who mind you, the head coach is supposed to be a defensive wizard or whatever. Their defense is one of the worst in the NFL. Why? Because their secondary is actually completely atrociously garbage, which no one thought would happen. And no one really knows why they suck so much. Because we know why they suck. It's more so why in a deeper sense. Because the corners don't know what they're doing. Like William Jackson and the rest of them just like look lost every game, and they just get diced up every game because they're never in the right spot. So why? Because you will usually blame coaching for that, right? But it's Ron Rivera. So I'm confused as to why can't you understand it? If Josh Norman can understand his schemes and had a good year, why can't y'all? I'm confused. So that's the biggest loser there is. You know what? Let me take out Washington in general. The defense and Rivera and company, they're the biggest losers in Washington. It's them. They can't stop anything. I don't know what's up there. I don't get it. The San Francisco 49ers, and more specifically, Kyle Shanahan. We don't have to go that deep into it because we went in deep into it the last 2 episodes. But yeah, the overratedness levels of Kyle Shanahan is really high. But I think people are starting to see that now because he's done nothing outside of that 1 year until 2019. You can blame injuries as much as you want, but if you continue to go sub 500 for every year, basically outside of 2019, are you sure it's always injuries? Maybe you should be getting a different medical staff then, because a training staff is why the hell everybody gets hurt all the time. Or maybe we should blame John Lynch also for not giving you secondary help. Yeah, we could do that. But if I'm not mistaken, like we said in the last episode, you have young kids with potential, but you're starting veterans who we know suck. So why are they playing more than the kids who have potential and talent? That's a coaching thing. That's not John Lynch. That's interesting, right? Why is your offensive line complete garbage when Trent Williams doesn't play? Hence why they paid him $80 million. What was wrong with the scheming there? I don't get it. So, and then on offense, it'd be weird too because everyone wants to shit on Garoppolo, and I get it because Garoppolo does suck. But the trust between him and Shanahan, I don't know if it has been there that much.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it's been there that much either. Hence why they got the rookie, that should never been drafted 3rd overall to begin with because his talent level was not that high. I don't get it.
Nope,
He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's not ready.
So why did he draft 3rd overall? Yeah, that front office of San Francisco 49ers. And there's been turmoil there for years, so there's nothing new. San Francisco fans know. It's kind of like they've been turmoil in that team since like Steve Young left. and they had a small break when you had Jim Harbaugh for those like 3 years. But there was still turmoil there too, just that they had so much talent, it didn't matter. Because in 2014, once it started to go down, they got rid of him as soon as they could. So this front office has been getting in the San Francisco 49ers way for the better part of 20 years. And it's still going on today at 2021. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't get it. Another loser, which I didn't think I was going to say, but you know what? I like it. Minnesota. So you guys have signed this quarterback for God knows how long if you guys done nothing with him. It's interesting. Y'all paid him $80+ million, and most of that was guaranteed for what? Then y'all extend him. He could have left like a year or two ago, but then y'all extended him another 2 years for more mediocrity. So it's not even just this team; it's the Timberwolves too. So that means that the state of Minnesota just loves sports mediocrity, huh?
The Twins actually fell from the face of the earth because they were the last.
Because they used to be good, yeah.
The 2 years ago they were really good, like 100-win team. Now they're hot garbage.
So you know what? It's not just Minnesota Vikings. I'm gonna say, you know, it's an NFL show. I'm gonna say the entire state of Minnesota sports. My God.
No.
I'd rather suck than be mediocre any day of the week because at least there's a high potential to be better when you suck.
No,
mediocrity is bad.
No,
that's purgatory.
You have to say in the city of Minneapolis because this college Minnesota sports is actually pretty decent.
Oh, you're right. That's true. You're right. I stand correct. I'm sorry. I apologize.
The city of Minneapolis.
The city of Minneapolis. I think that's capital.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, capital St. Paul.
St. Paul, thank you. See, he's a smart guy.
It's right, it's right across the bridge. Brock Lesnar, please don't suplex City us. Please don't do that. We don't want to get killed. Anyway.
I mean, I was talking about his crappy Minnesota Vikings. He might suplex City us anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. Wow. That team. Mike Zimmer is gonna go bye-bye, and I don't even want to completely blame him, to be 100% honest. But sorry, bro. I have 2 more that I want to add in. That I didn't have it in my list originally, but I'm gonna add them in right now. One of them is gonna be the Kansas City Chiefs, was obvious, but we talked ish about them since week 2. I'm lying. Since week 2 of the preseason.
Yeah.
So
a lot of the losers that they mentioned, because we mentioned so many times, they pretty obvious.
So I'm just gonna say it out here. Kansas City Chiefs, you guys are horrible. Whatever. This one, I didn't even think about it, but I'm gonna go with it. The state of the Las Vegas Raiders. Not the players, except the one that's going to jail. This front office, which we destroyed last episode, Mike Mayock and company, y'all failed.
When I say they were my winners, I meant the players. The players who are on the team now when they were winning, because they're winning.
Oh yeah.
They're winning. Because
that's why I'm specifying the front office of the Raiders. The players are fine, except the whack players that they drafted.
Yes,
but but Derek Carr and Darren Waller, you know, all those good players. Sorry, sorry, but that they failed, dude. And it starts. You say it's like Mia. It starts with the dumbass son and hiring John Gruden for nostalgia purposes. That is what killed it all together.
Didn't we say that when he hired him that this was going to last anyway? We said it's nobody's last 10 years. We were right.
I forgot what our over and under was. I think we did it over and under. I don't remember what it was.
I think it was like,
I think it might have been 4 or 5.
4 or 5 years.
This is year.
Now we thought he would get fired because of performance, not for being a racist. But that's neither here nor there.
When did he got hired? 18 or 19?
18.
So this is year 4. Yeah, so we were close to our over and under. It was under 5 years. But yeah, I think that's enough, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go. We already started actually with the winners and losers. Let's go on to the coaching carousel now, since we already started this.
Yes.
Yeah. So which coaches are going to get canned at the end of the year?
Honestly, we defended this person so many times. I could see it happening. Brian Flores. I think Brian Flores is done after this season.
I think that's a huge mistake too.
And I think I agree it will be a huge mistake, but I do see them doing that because of how bad it's gotten. How bad it's gotten so quickly. I say he's a scapegoat and they get rid of him, which I think is a huge mistake.
Yeah, I think they get rid of the wrong person. They gotta get rid of the GM.
Yes,
that's what they gotta get rid of. Huge
mistake. But I do see that happening. It may happen.
Mm-hmm. Next.
I may go there. Joe Judge.
That would be surprising.
Joe Judge. I believe because obviously the New York media can't stand him now. They can't stand him now because of the constant gym teacher routine, pep rallies at this conference, at the press conferences. Mm-hmm. People are getting tired of it. A lot of your fan base can't stand you because of how poor they're prepared, how undisciplined this team is. A lot of the fan
So why
base,
is he Patricia?
you could say that he is.
Yeah, that's
The
basically
fan
what it
base
is.
can't stand him, and obviously, since John Mara is incapable of doing anything right, more than likely they say, all right, fine, I'm going to have to get rid of the coach because clearly the fans are not happy. The attendance tells you different. You have more of the opposing team in the stadiums than your own because your fan base doesn't want to see garbage for a fifth straight year. So son tell me, even though I'd be shocked, I would have gave Joe Judge another year, but son tell me they may fire him. They're like, yeah, we should just get rid of him now, whatever. That's another thing. Who else? Who else is over there? I'm gonna keep saying that Urban Meyer does not last the rest of the season. I'm gonna stand by it.
He's a loser too, but I didn't want to mention the guys
Yeah,
to lose
I
too.
think he may be out of here too. I think he might say, yeah, this is too much for me. I'm gonna go retire and spend time with the grandkids and get lap
and
dances
that girl that he was with in Ohio.
and get lap dances in his Ohio bar. Well, I mean, come on, like that's not a bad life to live. You're rich. You're rich. Come on, I don't see him in any NFL. I don't see it. I don't know. Top of the head. Something tells me Matt Nagy's not going anywhere.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I don't
He
think
took
he's
it
going.
right from me.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
He ain't going anywhere.
I don't think he's going anywhere. No, because Justin Fields is starting to progress and get a little bit better every week, and which they needed because they needed that because now both the GM and him can
Which
have,
is bad now.
which is
Unfortunately,
bad
Ryan Pace is gonna stick around now.
for at least another year. So yeah, people thinking, oh, Matt Nagy, Matt Nagy. No, he's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Yep. So if they don't fire, at least they should try to fire Ryan Pace like years ago. But if they don't fire him, they're automatically losers of the year to me.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically.
Coaching them down. Just trying to think.
There's more. Mike Zimmer.
Oh gone. yes, it's time to go. No, he will be fired by the end of the year. He's been there long enough. They just can't get it right. He's done. He's about to be. This is gone. Should have been fired for the loss against Dallas 2 weeks ago, but the loss that he had against Baltimore, yeah, it's time to go. It's time to make moves and do something different. But this is not for you, buddy. Your time is up.
So let's have a new game really quickly before we move on to basically the Week 10 picks. Who's gonna be in the hot seat next year?
Coming in if let's say if all the we're saying if all coaches come back or the ones we refired already, but having the coaches obviously
the ones that everybody else, because the ones that we named I think are obvious outside of Judge. Judge is a stretch back because he happening.
Yeah,
but the other three they're definitely getting fired, like Zimmer and the others. Yeah. So who is sticking around? Basically, who's gonna coach in 2022, which is most of these coaches. Who's gonna be in the hot seat next year to start off 2022? There's a few. One of them to me is Kyle Shanahan. He should be in the hot seat.
Yes.
Then be Rivera should be in the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion. This one I don't know if I want to bite that yet, but maybe they should be looking at, because I think this coach, this owner is impatient in Carolina. They should be looking at Rule.
I was thinking about that Rule too. I was thinking about it too.
They should be looking at Rule. You said Flores in the last thing, right?
Yeah, Flores.
What about Vic Fangio? Is he gonna stay or is he gonna go? If he doesn't go, he's definitely in the hot seat starting the season. But is he gonna stay? I think he's gonna stay.
I think he's gonna stay. I think they've won enough games to warn him to stay to get another year.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna win at least 8 games this year. These 8 games, and that should be enough. If they're in the playoff hunt towards the end of the season and they lose out, they're like, all right, we'll keep him for another year because it's a much better position we were in before. So yeah, Vic Fangio, yeah.
I don't think this is gonna happen. This is a stretch, but this is something we've been preaching since 2019 of the existence of this show. Depending how they finish this season, we need to look at Pete Carroll.
Yeah. They may keep him because obviously the injuries, but yeah, you have to start looking at him now saying, listen, you've done absolutely nothing since 2014. Literally have done nothing since then. So it's about time. It's about time to really evaluate Pete Carroll. Maybe to ask him to retire. Say, listen, man, we appreciate you. We'll put you in the Seattle Seahawks Ring of Honor, whatever the hell they got over there. Just get out.
Well, he might be in the Hall of Fame, actually.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, so. But get out. It's time for you to go.
I'm talking about the real NFL Hall of Fame. He's probably gonna be Hall of Fame. Might take. I don't think he's first ballot though, but I think he might be a Hall of Fame coach. Yeah, they gotta start looking at that. It's not as much as they haven't done anything. Your sorry excuse of GMing is bigger than the coaching part because you're even worse than Belichick was in those few years at getting talent. You literally still haven't gotten talent. At least the last 2 drafts or 1 draft. I know definitely the 2020 and this year's. The last 2 drafts Belichick has had, they've been good. The last 2, 2021, they've been really good. Gotten talent on all sides of the ball. So both sides of the ball. So at least Belichick is starting to make up for like those 5 years, but he's gotten garbage from 2016 and 19. But 2020 and 2021 so far has been excellent. So he's fine. You, my brother, haven't gotten no talent at all. Probably even longer than Belichick has. So yeah, that's the problem. To me, that's the biggest reason why you need to go. Because I know they're not going to demote you from all powerful figure in Seattle to just head coach. If they take you out in one, they're going to take you out in the rest.
Yeah, there's no way that you keep Spirit to stay there.
Yeah, so I think that's one they need to look at that 2 years ago actually, but they definitely look at it now. And Russell Wilson might have something to do with that too. Heel turn. All right. Let's go with these picks. Let's get out of here. Shall we?
Yes, let me get my picks out.
I'm just gonna do it on the fly. The picks are tomorrow. We're recording this Wednesday. So tomorrow is gonna be the actual end of the pick'ems. I'm gonna do it then.
All right, cool.
All right, let's get the we're going to honestly pick Baltimore Ravens, right? I can pick for you, right?
That's it.
Yeah, we don't need analysis for that.
No, they're gonna get the shit kicked out of them.
Yes, exactly.
It's Baltimore. They usually kick the shit out of bad teams.
Yeah, they're gonna do on Thursday. But let me read this out. Baltimore's favored by 7.5, and over and under is 46. Just for you betters out there. Oh yeah, losers, betters.
Ah, yes,
betters.
Yes,
I know from experience. This year is not the year to bet in the NFL. Anyway, Bills at the Long Island Jets. The Bills are favored by 11.5, surprisingly, especially with the great Mike White coming back. I'm surprised he's favored by 11.5. And the over and under is 47.5. We'll do this very quickly. The Buffalo Bills are going to win this game. However, I'm 100% going to pick the Jets to cover the spread if Mike White plays.
Mike White.
Only analysis because the Bills are better than the Jets in every single asset of the field. Except offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line is terrible. And we're gonna have to address this. If the Bills lose to the Jets, and they somehow find a way to lose to the Jets, the show we're gonna have for the recap. Oh boy.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. Lightning's not gonna strike twice. I refuse to believe it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna destroy them. I will do it.
Lightning's not gonna strike twice. No, I'm good. Another crap game. There's a lot of crap games this week, by the way. Buccaneers going to Washington. Buccaneers favored by 9.5 off a bye. Tom Brady off a bye. And the over and under is 51.5. Buccaneers will cover and will beat the hell out of this disgusting team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no analysis. They have no secondary. Tom Brady's off a bye. They did extra film work. They're going to beat the hell out of this team. This is one of the only big spreads that I'm thinking about putting the money in because I don't see a universe. Which is usually how the NFL gets you. If you're that confident, your confident pick is going to lose. But I think this is the one you'll be fine with. This is an entertaining one. That Atlanta's going to Jerry World. The Cowboys are favored by 8, which is a lot. It's interesting. And the over and under is 54.5. I'm very surprised Vegas gave Dallas this big of a spread when they usually like Atlanta. Then again, they did give Atlanta +6 last week against the Saints. So maybe they're just not sold on Atlanta, and they shouldn't be. They're over. Like their DVOA, I think it's 30th or 31st in the league. So we know they suck. They're just winning anyway. This all depends on Dak's injury and Dak's calf. If he's fine, they're probably going to cover this 8-point spread. But I don't know. Maybe this might be on one of those times where the Dallas defense actually starts to give up stuff and they start just showing their true colors. Maybe. Because like this got destroyed last week by Tim Patrick. So imagine what happens against Kyle Pitts and company. Oops, and the great Cordero Patterson.
I'm going Dallas too.
Yeah, I think Dallas will barely cover the spread, but I don't think they'll win by more than 10. I think Atlanta will continue to keep it up offensively to score with them. I like a 38-30, 37-29, something like that. Like I like that score. Oh, and definitely. Yeah, you picked the over. I think it's already go over. 50 was a lot, so I would not bet this game at all. But Another crap one. Jacksonville's going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis is favored by 10. And the over and under is 47.5. Indianapolis is going to cover the spread and beat the hell out of this team because they actually do that. They actually beat the crap out of bad teams. Pretty consistent as of late. Did Houston, did it the Jets? They're going to do it to Jacksonville next.
Yeah, I see it.
No analysis, right?
Nope.
Jonathan Taylor gets over and under 160 yards rushing. Is he going to over and under?
160 yards?
Mhm.
Under.
Under?
Yes.
Under by 158? I'm kidding.
Yeah, under.
Under, but he's going to go over under. He's killing it. He's second in rushing for now. He's going to pass Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry's not playing. But he's second in the league when I'm rushing. Lions and Steelers, Steelers favored by 8. And the over and under is 42.5. Will this be the one? Off a bye for the Detroit Lions. How many episodes was it? 2, 3, 4 episodes ago? 4 episodes ago, we gave you the list of winnable teams for the Detroit Lions. This was one of them. Ain't it? I'm picking Pittsburgh.
No, absolutely not. Nope, absolutely not.
This ain't it.
Nope. I can't give it.
I can't do it either. I will go as far as to say that Detroit is going to cover the 8-point spread, though. +8, I think they'll hit +8.
It was a heartbreaker?
Yeah, they lose a heartbreaker, sure. Yeah, especially Pittsburgh played pretty well. They didn't play that good. They played okay Monday. They did have strut of zebras as their 12-man, though. I'm trying to think because they have these super stinkers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they haven't had one as of late because they played good against Cleveland. They played okay against Chicago. Maybe this one's a stinker, but I think so they're going to win. But inside the 8-point mark. They're not going to cover, but they're going to win. I like that. Because I kind of don't see how Jared Goff scores points at all in this game. But New Orleans going to Tennessee. Tennessee favored by 2.5. 44.5 is the spread. With Derrick Henry there, this is going to be an easy game. But there is no Derrick Henry. And we'll see if Rabel decides to continue to hold back Tannehill as he did last game. They need to throw the ball to be able to beat people at this point. And again, I don't know who Julio's playing. I'm assuming he's going to play in this game because it's still questionable. I think Julio's going to play, though. So they'll have their full receiving core in this game. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to say the Saints pull this one out. I'm going to pick the underdog in this game. I'm going to go to Saints. I understand. I like the offensive line versus defensive line battle. That's why. The Saints offensive line is wonderful. I think they can match up well against this great physical defensive line that Tennessee's found, where they're league high leading pressures. This offensive line should be able to push them back. I think Sean Payton finds a way to coach their way into winning this game by like a point. But this is tough. I'm going to go with underdog. It's the NFL. Underdogs got to win at some point. There's no such thing as favorites win all the time.
No, I mean, the season's clearly.
Yeah, as I'm saying. So I'm going with the underdog in this one. I'm going to go with Saints winning by 1 point. And probably going under that 44.5, actually.
I'm going with Tennessee to win the game. I don't know. They've been hot right now, and they're playing on all cylinders despite the fact that all the injuries, but I don't trust Trevor Siemian. I don't.
That's very understandable.
Trevor Siemian is terrible. I don't know why he's in the league, to be honest with you. But yeah, along with Trevor Siemian,
I feel like you say that a lot about people.
I say about bums. I mean, yeah, they're better than me because they're not NFL quarterbacks, but that's not saying much because that's a pretty low bar. It's a pretty low bar. You still can't get past that bar, so it's pretty horrible. Yeah, I'm going with the Titans. Titans win this game, and I would say pretty close game.
Browns at New England. New England's favored by 1.5. Basic pick'em. 45 is the over and under. It's the last 1 o'clock game of the slate.
Nick Chubb has COVID. He may or may not play this Sunday.
Mm-hmm. But there's a chance because he's vaccinated. So let's assume he is playing. Hence why I'm pretty sure if he's not playing, that line's going to move. It's going to go up to maybe 3-4 if he doesn't play. So, yeah, let's say he is playing.
If New England, because the run defense has gotten better over the last few weeks, if they're able to slow down Nick Chubb, they're going to win this game. I do not like Baker Mayfield with the ball in his hands lately. He's still injured. I do think that they would have benefited from him resting, like you mentioned before, for a month. But since they beat the hell out of Cincinnati last week, which you would say really wasn't much from him, it was
It wasn't.
the defense, and
It was Cincinnati to me.
yeah, the defense and completely just running the ball down their throat, and Cincinnati cannot be able to stop it. But it's a tough game because, like again, it's a much better defense Cleveland have to go up against. I'm going to go with New England to win this game if everything goes right. But I do think New England pulls it off. And that secondary too. The secondary for Cleveland is very similar to me. If I'm Josh McDaniels, which is not saying it because it's Josh McDaniels, this will be the game where I'm testing I'm testing the corners, saying yeah, I'm testing the corners. See what they can do over there, move the ball down that way, but also be methodical. I think they'll may struggle running the ball because of the front. The front is still really, really, really good. So they may have trouble running the ball, but if they were to run the ball, that's fine. If they were to run the ball, it's fine. But I do think they should spread the field out a little bit more for this game. So I'm gonna go with New England win this game.
I'm going to New England to win this game too. I like the coaching matchup. I like Belichick completely shutting down this Cleveland offense. All they gotta do is really zero in on Nick Chubb because that's their biggest thing on offense. Stop that run game, they should be fine. The New England Patriots been very physical up front as of late. And that's, as you can see, how they win games in this league as of late. So I like that. Mistake-free football is the best way to play, since he did not do that against Cleveland last week, hence why they got in the ass whooped. But New England does not do things like that. It'll be very safe. It'll be very methodical. That's what you need to be a team like this. I agree that the secondary is not gonna be able to capitalize on any mistakes because there will be no mistakes. So easy intermediate, easy quick passes should be able to beat this team. I like New England. I like them covering easily is 1.5. I like them covering 3. I like 7-point game. Carolina at Panthers. Carolina at Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 10.5. The over and under is 44.5. Sam Darnold will not be playing. He'll be out for a month or so with bad shoulder injury.
Basically said goodbye, Sam Darnold and Charlotte, North Carolina. There's no way I can see them bringing him back. I think
he has a year.
I understand that, but they made this void.
They're not cutting him for $19 million. He'll be in the team next year unless somebody is stupid enough to trade for him. That money's gonna be $19 million.
We've seen stupid things. They're not doing that.
He's gonna be a backup most likely, but he is not for $19 million off your cat. No, they're not cutting him. They'll figure something out. But anyway, yes,
I'm going with Arizona. They're going to demolish them. PJ Walker. I mean, really? Like, they can barely move the ball with Sam Darnold. What makes you think I move the ball with PJ Walker?
No, he's probably better than Sam Darnold.
He probably is, but guess what? It won't make a difference.
No,
when you only scored in single digits twice in the last 3 weeks, and I think this will be a third time where you're scoring single digits. I don't see them scoring more than 10 points in this game.
Yeah,
against Arizona, I'm going Arizona to win big.
They'll cover the 10.5 spread. I see it.
It's really sad. Carolina 3-0 when they started, and now they're hot garbage. Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah. Vikings at Chargers. Chargers favored by 3. Over and under is 53. I like the Chargers in this game. It's gonna be close though. It's gonna be a good shootout. It's gonna be the Minnesota game. It all depends if they're able to do something against Dalvin Cook. That's the X factor. They didn't get run on last week, so it's tough, right?
I'm going Minnesota.
This will be the game they win.
I'm going Minnesota because this will be the game they would win. They need this game. They need this game to even stay competitive in the playoff push.
You mean they need to save their job?
Yeah, you're right. That's even better. Yeah, definitely. The Chargers are doing what we think they're going to happen. They're going to fall and collapse, and it's going to suck for them. I think Green Bay, Minnesota, is in a position where they need this game, and it's like, hey, they've been close almost every single game. This probably when they pull out and win and be like, hey, we're back, and they're really not though. But they'll win this game.
That second half against Lamar Jackson was sad. They got absolutely sliced and diced against Lamar on both sides, running and passing. I don't see how they'll be able to stop the Chargers in any facet of the ball. I don't see how it happens. This is going to be a shootout, and I like Chargers to win the shootout. It's that simple. I don't see how it happens. Eagles at Broncos. Broncos favored by 3, 45.5. No one will watch this game.
Nope.
To be honest, I don't even know what to pick. I'm gonna go upset and pick Philadelphia in this one.
I can see why you would do that.
I'm gonna go with that. That Denver thing last week was a lie. That's not gonna happen again. They caught Dallas on a bad day. Yeah, it's not happening again. I like what I saw from Philly last week, especially offensively against the Chargers. There's some secondary work that's actually been going on behind the scenes in Denver. I think Surtain has a bad knee injury. They will be out for a little while. I think I read. That should open up the door for these receivers to run wild. Again, without Vamana, you gotta see some type of less pass rush eventually because they had it last week. Then again, they also played Tyron Smith-less offensive line, and if you guys remember years past, when he's missing, it's a no-no for the offensive line. This Philly offensive line should hold up well. I like Philly to win this game by a touchdown.
I'm gonna go with Denver. I'm gonna go Denver to win this game. I can't bet on Philadelphia. They're too inconsistent for me. I'm gonna go Denver. Denver's overall the better team.
That's arguable.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But Denver, I think Denver's gonna play much harder. It's much more, like I said, there's very fans trying to play for coach for his job. I think it's gonna be thing for Denver. I think they could capitalize on the high from last week's win. They could we can. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denver.
Let's go with the Monday night game quick because those are less. Let's go Rams at 49ers. Rams are favored by 3.5. I'm very surprised it's that low. And the over and under is 49. This is Monday night. The Manning crew returns. So I wonder whoever is in their guest list, who is going to be, because they're losing next week. I'll be betting against them.
Maybe Joe Montana may be in the show.
He's not playing though. Damn, I want to know who's playing.
I'm talking about he'll be on the show with Eli and Peyton.
No, I'm saying, but he's not playing. So I need to know who's the live player. Because as a fact, whoever the live player that's been on the Manning cast, the next week they lose. That's a curse that's happening right now.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Go back to all their live player guests since like week 2, I think it starts, something like that. Whoever's shown up that next week they play, they lose.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I wonder who that is. Really interesting.
I don't know. Whoever's the live player that is literally playing in the league right now, who shows up in that week, the next week I'm betting against them because they lose. They're gonna lose. That's
an interesting stat. That's a lot.
That's mad funny. It's useless but hilarious.
But for the game, obviously it's gonna be the Rams.
I don't care. The 49ers are bad, dude. It's gonna be closer than everybody thinks, though. Hence why Vegas has them at 3.5. It's gonna be a closer game than everybody thinks. It's gonna go down to the wire, I think. But I'm definitely gonna pick the Rams too. That 49ers team, especially their secondary is so horrific. They cannot match with that passing attack from Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
Did you know that, especially for the Monday night games, I think even though as bad as the officiating has been last week, but mostly every single game in Monday Night Football has been very close in score. I don't want to say
outside of like 2.
I don't want to say competitive because they had a lot of bad football quality.
But outside too. I think outside of the Philly when they got beat up by Dallas, and when Green Bay beat the crap out of
Detroit.
I think those are the only 2 blowouts. Every other game was pretty close. Seattle at Packers. Packers favored by 3.5. I'm going to guess they're assuming that Rodgers will be back, hence why they're favored by 3.5. Russell Wilson is guaranteed to be back, though. This will be an interesting game. I'm going to pick the Packers no matter what because that Seattle defense is negative. So that's negative for English terms. So I'm assuming that I'm guessing Rodgers will be back too. I'm guessing that Russell Wilson's not gonna be able to save this team against this one. They're gonna have to find their playoff push if they have one in them the following week, not this one.
I'm gonna go Green Bay as well. Yeah, Green Bay as well. Aaron Rodgers coming back. If he does come back, he's probably pissed off at the fact that he was disrespected. We know it's his fault. Yeah, he may, and why not take it out? Why not take it out on a very bad Seattle defense? Yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay. This should be no brainer.
Yeah. Now Sunday night, the Chiefs will be going to Las Vegas. Chiefs are favored by 2.5 for some reason, and the over and under is 51.5.
I'm going with Las Vegas. I'm going with Las Vegas to win this game. If someone's going to exploit this Kansas City defense, it'll be them, because it's a division game. They typically play them well, to them hard, and almost put a couple of wins in the last few years. Green Bay's no, I'm sorry, not Green Bay, because they beat Green Bay last week. People think that they beat Green Bay. Jordan, listen, no, you only managed to.
No.
Yeah, the defense. The defense were playing well. Yeah, you played against really two bad teams. No, they played against the Giants are horrible, and the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. If he was there, you got blown out. Just from the rings. You're playing a competent quarterback in Derek Carr who likes to throw the ball, so that's gonna be scary. It's gonna be very, very, very scary. And how soft that defense is, it's gonna be crispy. It's gonna be Thanksgiving early, like tearing up a piece of chicken. Remember how Tom Brady ate the piece of chicken, the turkey when he beat the hell out of the Jets at Thanksgiving? That's what he's gonna do to y'all. And since Kansas City barbecue is delicious, some Kansas City barbecue sauce on that too. It's gonna be great. I'm going with the Raiders to win this game.
I like the Raiders too. There's no way they're gonna be able to match up Raiders offense. Since Kansas City taking a huge step back offensively, I can see Max Crosby teeing off on Mahomes, who's been horrifically bad this season in elite quarterback standards at least. I really like the Raiders to get after Mahomes. I like them to rattle them. Since Mahomes and the company can't run the football, all you're going to do is tee off. Who's stopping Darren Waller? I have no idea. Who's stopping Hunter Renfrow? I have no idea.
I swear to God, if the Chiefs somehow pull out a win,
I can see it happening, though.
I can see it happening,
I think it's going to be a close game. They're not going to be bleeding.
It's going to be a close game, too. And I swear, because the media wants to get back on the Kansas City bandwagon so bad that they will do that. That, hey, oh my God, they beat a really competent Raiders. No. It's just the fact that it's just the time. They do this. They're going on a run where they look like they're unbeatable and they just can't be stopped, but they are because they're not that good. But I can see them winning this game, but I think the Raiders pull it out and win this game.
They pull it out too. They will never look unbeatable. That's impossible. This year, they're always going to look like crap winning. This team is not going to be one of the teams you're going to be looking crap and winning against. Derek Carr will get you, and that's what's going to happen. Yeah, we're done.
Done.
Finally. Told you I accidentally said early in the show. I thought it was going to be like an hour. It's an hour and 20. My bad.
It's all good. But ladies and gentlemen of the jury, make sure you like, share, and
piss me off. Dirty, bro.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Scan your phones to the QR code on this side,
the top right
corner of the screen, and you will be access to our Apple affiliate. We're not Apple affiliates now. You'll be able to download our content from there, and you can also hear us on anywhere you get your podcast needs from. Anywhere you can get it from. Google Play.
I'm mad it's bothering you.
You can get it from.
No, that's it.
You can get it anywhere you want. We're there. We're everywhere in these streets, and I mean everywhere. Peace, love, and applesauce, guys.
Oh my God, that was so awkward. You guys, peace out.